Mike and Adam's dreams and feelings.
Mike, guess what?
No, it's happening.
Yeah, it's what's happening, Mike?
Life is happening.
Podcasting is happening.
We're back.
We are back.
2017.
Right, back and better than ever.
The great reunion episode.
Yeah, all our friends are here.
Yeah. Just us.
This is awkward.
Yeah.
Mike. So sorry we missed the past couple of weeks. It was just been a crazy time. I mean, Easter Sunday, like that was pretty crazy.
Yes.
And then Mike went to Toronto, and then I went to Boston. So I mean,
to find your leg.
Yeah, that's exactly why I went to Boston. Yes. More like to find I don't know, my ball and chain. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But however, I would like to talk about my experience in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Are we allowed to say Massachusetts holes on this podcast? I know it's family friendly.
I know. Well,
probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. But there's a running joke. Mm-hmm. If you take the shortening of Massachusetts and put it in front of hole,
yes.
That's kind of what you get as a picture of what it means to be in Massachusetts.
Mass equals black holes.
Exactly. Yes. But there's this thing there called Dunkin' Donuts.
No way.
Yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we have those here, right? We do. However, they're everywhere in Massachusetts. Like, you can't go a block without running into a Dunkin' Donuts. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why. Like, okay, like I get it, like I'm a hipster and like I like quality coffee as I whip my bangs out of my face because I have a hipster haircut.
Turn on your shutter shades.
Exactly. But Dunkin' Donuts? How is it this popular?
Well, you know, the Dunkin' Donuts is very Irish.
Is it?
I feel like, and so is Massachusetts.
Right, of course.
Yes, that's where...
Dropkick Murphys.
Dropkick Murphys.
Tom Brady, classically Irish.
Yes. That movie, Boondock Saints.
Right, classic Irish.
Yes. There's nothing better than going to Dunkin' Donuts, getting a nice haggis coffee.
Right.
And corned beef donut.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But they even have like a nickname for it, and it's like a universal, like they call it dunks. Like, let's go get some dunks.
Let's get some dunks?
Yeah.
Is this another universe?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's Massachusetts. And like, okay. I've never been in a place where more people are wearing the same outfit. Like, everybody that was... Oh, so I went into Boston on Thursday, and apparently there's a Red Sox game going on. And when I say everyone was wearing Red Sox memorabilia and shirts, I mean everyone.
Even the opposing team's fans?
Even the opposing team's fans. There were entire families that were wearing the exact same outfit. Like the same ball cap, same shirt, same pants, same shoes.
It's crazy.
It's insane. It's like Boston and Boston sports, like a religion. Like it's crazy. It's fanatic.
I'd say so.
Sorry, I just had to rant about. But
another thing about Boston.
Right. Yeah.
They're hot dogs. Sauerkraut.
Who does that?
Come on.
Oh. And another thing about...
Another thing.
So, you know how we have... you know what lobster rolls are? Like.
Yes.
So, you know how we... And then the actual, like... the actual roll on it is... They're called lobster rolls. Mm-hmm. But they're just called rolls.
What?
And they don't call hot dog buns. They call them long rolls.
Long rolls? What?
Right, that's what I'm saying. And they had... I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm just really angry about Massachusetts. What do they call
Brazilian walnuts in Brazil?
Nuts.
What? Left is right.
Right? Well, not in Boston.
No.
They call water fountains bubblers.
They do. They call water fountain bubblers. They call traffic circles rotaries.
Rotaries?
Yes. They call
dirty heathens.
They call TV remotes clickers. This is unacceptable.
What is... This isn't Adventure Time.
Right.
You can't just make up words.
Right. They just decided that the English doesn't apply to them, and they just go off and just make up their own language.
Mm-hmm. I have only one way to think, and that's my own worldview.
Right,
and
exactly.
That's Rochester, New York.
That is what I'm saying.
Yes.
But other than that, Boston's great.
That's great. Got some great skate parks.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. The bay is nice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tourists.
Catch any Clippers games?
I think you meant Celtics.
Celtics! Darn it.
You're so good at sports, Mike. Oh, man. It's been too long.
It's been too long. Yeah. Well, there's a picture of me at the NFL draft.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Mike, how did you get tickets?
Oh, I love the NFL draft.
What?
You know, it was football.
Yeah?
And there was screaming
and
yelling.
There's a lot of sporting going around.
There's some sports.
Yeah, some sports are happening.
I was just there in my blue-purple jersey.
The Vikings.
Yelling sports.
Yeah, I think...
Sports.
I think the guy in the picture was a Vikings fan. Like, are you a Vikings fan?
I love Vikings.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah, how do you feel about...
the Texas Vikings.
How do you feel about Teddy Bridgewater there?
Oh, he's everything. He's Teddy.
Yeah?
He's bridge-like.
Right.
They call him the bridge because you can drive right over him.
Oh, man. Mike, it's a good thing this isn't a sports podcast. Unless it's wrestling entertainment.
Yes. Which isn't really an effort sport.
Right, no. I mean, wrestling is I will argue that wrestling is as much a sport as gymnastics is.
Right. When I say effort sport, I mean you don't really have to struggle to beat the other guy.
Right.
It's more like you're choreographing this beautiful dance.
For sure, yeah. And the way that I always say it is like the outcome is predetermined, but the actions are not. Like, and there's a physical, there's a physical toll that it takes. You just ask, you ask anybody that, or for example, the classic is Mankind versus The Undertaker at Hell in a Cell, and when Undertaker falls off the cage 18 feet down to the announce table, you can't say that that's fake, because it's not.
Yeah. I feel like the same people who say, wrestling's fake and I can prove it,
right,
should be the same people who go to theater and say, they're not really doing that.
Right.
They're acting.
Right. Guardians of the Galaxy isn't real. It's fake.
That's not space and I can prove it.
Right, exactly. But it's like who goes to a TV show? You're watching a TV show.
You're not a family.
Right, exactly. I can prove it. Yes. Or you're watching Star Trek. You're not a space captain. I can prove it.
Where's your credentials?
Right. It's as with any kind of entertainment, any kind of pop culture, you need to suspend your disbelief.
See, I'm going to go to an improv show, and you know how they mime all their props.
Yeah.
I'm going to yell, that's not a sledgehammer!
Right, exactly. Right. It's that makes no sense.
Yes.
Just because something's not real doesn't mean that it's fake.
Right.
We just choose to suspend our belief.
Yes.
It's like you're playing a video game and obviously if you're playing a Matrix game and you're playing as Neo, obviously you're not in the Matrix and obviously you can't really slow down time. There's rules.
There's rules, yes. And pro wrestling has its own rules.
Exactly. Fun ones.
Mm-hmm.
Fun ones.
Much fun.
Hurricane runners up turnbuckles.
Yes.
Oh, man. So, that was a lot of ranting. I've had a lot of... See, I usually... These podcast times are usually served for my,
for all your hate builds up.
Exactly. And then I can vent it out.
Maybe we should be called the gutter.
The gutter?
That's where all our thoughts go.
All our pent-up fury.
Another thing about state taxes.
Did you know that the state tax in Massachusetts is only 6%?
6%?
Right?
That is
crazy.
2% away from Rochester.
Right, which is New York State.
He's doing calculations. 8% away from Canada.
Canada has negative
Well, no.
Oh, it's more. It's 8% more.
Yeah, they're 14%.
Oh my gosh. On like sales tax?
Yeah. Now here's my turn to rant.
Okay.
So when I went to Toronto, there's a house that's probably 1,600 feet. That's
Square
sold,
feet?
Yeah. That's sold for $900,000.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, no, it can't get worse than that. Then we went to her friend's house, and her neighbor just sold her house for $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
And these are all over asking price, too. So,
wait, is this in the city of Toronto?
Well, this is like a suburb off of Toronto.
Oh my gosh.
Their housing is so crazy.
The bubble must be huge.
And I just heard it popped.
Oh.
Too. Like, the banks just lost 60% of their value.
The banks?
Yes. So, I think that the stocks from the bank lost 60% of their value, so...
That's what we call bad news.
That's bad news, yes. It's bad. Like, I don't know who's in charge. I don't know how economics works. But I know that if you say in Rochester that a house is $900,000... It better have $800,000 worth of gold in it.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Let's just stay in Rochester, Mike.
Yeah.
We just know...
Life happens in Rochester.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're comfortable here. Things don't change. Everything is good.
Yeah.
Everything is good.
Like, even if you wanted to rent in Toronto... Like, just, you would never have to own a house. You just rent a condo. It's $1,800 a month.
That's a house payment.
Yes, that's a everything payment.
It's a mortgage payment. That's crazy. $1,800.
The down payment for houses in Toronto is what I would pay for a house.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
How?
You have to be rich.
Yeah, to own a house.
And you can't
near
love
Toronto.
savings.
Well, I think it just depends. Like, that's just in Toronto though, right? So, but I mean, I'm sure that's the same. Like, you know, like in New York City, like just outside New York City, or like in Long Island, or like Chicago, or L.A. Like, I'm sure prices are ridiculous.
There's something about Canada where the housing demand's up. Because if you go to Montreal, same prices. If you go 3 cities over, houses start at $400,000.
Start.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So there's no way to own a house.
Right.
Yeah, without losing all your savings.
Right, that's crazy. Well, that's assuming you have $400,000 in your savings. Which, I'm pretty sure everyone who's listening to this podcast, they do not have $400,000 in savings.
Well, our audience is only millionaires.
We're very exclusive.
And can I just mention a milestone?
Oh, yes, let's talk about it.
It's a beautiful milestone. So, I put out an ad campaign for our YouTube video. And it got one of our videos 1,800 views.
Really?
You know, woo!
That's pretty awesome.
You know, it was awesome. But with it comes downvotes and cuss outs. And we got our first cuss out.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
So
making progress.
Yes. Someone said, you know, F to Mike and Adam. I'm not even sure what they're angry about. It's the NPC episode. So maybe they loved Slippy.
Right.
They were wondering why Elizabeth from BioShock didn't take it. I don't know.
Who knows? Look, we've arrived, Mike.
Yes, we've arrived. You can't be on YouTube.
We have our own internet troll.
Yes. So it's really weird because if you look at all of our videos side by side, you'll see 20 views, 30 views, 14 views, 50 views, 1,800 views, 30 views.
That's what I'm talking about.
We need more friends.
Yeah.
Is it too late to say you should subscribe to us and like us?
Yes.
We need the collateral.
We do. Please. Mike needs a house in Toronto.
I know. I'm in the hole.
$400,000.
Yes.
Don't let Mike's dreams be dreams.
Yes.
Oh man, well it's great. So, but speaking of hole, I have no transition out of this.
Yes.
That was just Those 2 weeks of pent up, like, ranting there.
Yeah. Which sounds like a great pay-per-view. Pent-up aggression.
Pent-up angst.
Speaking of which, and I'm kicking myself I didn't buy this.
Yes.
There's a 2004 Judgment Day DVD at Dollar General.
Yes.
And wouldn't you know it, Chavo Guerrero defends the cruiserweight title against Jazz.
Yes. One of these days, we gotta get something like that,
yes.
and we just gotta audio commentate on it.
$4.
Oh, that's so worth it.
Yes, it's so worth it.
We gotta audio commentate.
And there's so many names I don't know that are fighting like other people.
Right.
I know the main event is not Chavo, but Eddie Guerrero versus The Undertaker.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know why they're fighting.
Is that the... I think I might have seen that one where I think The Undertaker goes to chokeslam Eddie Guerrero, but then he turns it into a reverse DDT.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
Spoiler.
Oh, spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's great. Like, we definitely need to do something. We've been talking about doing a commentary on like a movie or like a wrestle or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Which makes me want to bring up the other thing. Mystery Science Theater 3000's new season just came out on Netflix.
Yes.
I've been a long time watcher of the series, so I have many dreams, feelings, and opinions on this.
Yes. Oh, we forgot to say what episode number this is.
I don't even know!
Oh, this is awkward. We'll fix it in post.
Yes.
It's probably like 36.
Yeah.
35.
Like, it's gonna have some weird editing. The episode is 36.
Right. This is Akko Taco. Somewhere middle-aged.
Yes.
Just like in real life, when you get to a certain age, you just kind of stop caring.
Yeah, you just trail off.
Yeah, right. They lose all significance as a sheen on life slowly starts to disappear.
Yeah. So back to what we're talking about.
Anyways.
Full House.
Yes.
Great show.
Great show.
Mystery Science Theater 3000. So if you don't know about the show, it started with Joel Hodgson. He was the main guy from the Satellite of Love. And usually these guys like carry the show, but they also have Tom Servo and Crow as their side buddies, and they do a great job. And if you've never watched the show, they watch cheesy science fiction movies, and they do what everyone wishes that they could do. They give witty comments and funny jokes while you watch it.
Right.
But now, in its 11th season, we have Jonah Heston, and you still have Tom and Crow, but they're played by two different actors. And a part of me is kind of disappointed because it can never be the old show. But a part of me is delightful that the show is back on. So, I just want to say you should watch the show. You absolutely should love it because these guys are spot on in their comedy. All of my fast acting comedy or lack of it comes from this show, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay. No, and you took us for your birthday one year.
Yes.
We went to go see something in it was a local movie theater, but they commentated a movie.
Yes.
I forgot what it was.
Time Chasers.
Time Chasers, yes. They were like in an airplane, right? The guy like goes back in time, or it goes future in time.
Yes.
It's what Back to the Future should have been, essentially. And
my goal is, because YouTube has full-length movies, but these are movies that they're not AAA premium. They're not even AA or A.
They're not
like
even
B-.
They're not even in the alphabet.
Yeah, I found a movie that actually is a spin-off of 007.
Oh.
The movie pretends that they find his brother.
Oh.
Who's a neurosurgeon.
Okay.
Slash skin doctor.
Dermatologist.
Dermatologist. And they're like, but they can't say 007 for legal reasons.
Right.
So they're like, you're the brother of, don't say it. And so they're like, they had to get him for a special mission.
Right.
Because they needed a dermatologist slash skin doctor slash neurosurgeon.
Right.
And, But basically, he stands out like a sore thumb.
Right.
They don't explain how he knows karate, why he's so good with guns, why women want to sleep with him left and right.
Yes.
He does nothing at all. So it's so cheesy, it's so 60s, and it's primed just to be made fun of.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Put it down. We're doing it.
Yes.
We're doing it. That's great. That's so funny. I approve this message.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And I think they gave it like this cheesy generic title called The New Spy.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a dermatologist. That's great.
Yes.
Spicing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so many good things on the horizon. We gotta make sure that we actually do these things.
Right.
Let's do it. But speaking of new and exciting things, we have a new exciting top 5 list. Copyright infringement, right?
I know.
I mean, unless there's something else that you wanted to talk.
Oh no.
Okay, perfect.
We could go.
Oh, sorry, that was really loud.
Yes.
I was grabbing my list. I went old fashioned.
He wrote on the back of an envelope.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wrote on the back of this milk carton.
Why you always gotta one up me, Mike?
I don't know.
I wrote this on a stone tablet.
I spray painted this on your floor.
You didn't one up me, but you definitely beat me.
Yes.
Oh man. So what's our top 5 this week, Mike?
Top 5 weapons of video games.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what you went, but I definitely went more top 5 like iconic video game weapons. At least that's how I kind of viewed it. But
yeah. Well, that's the beauty of top 5s is you can see it many different ways, like a painting.
yeah.
So I just said 5 weapons in video games that make me smile.
Okay, perfect. I mean, that's exactly.
And
That's
some
exactly
of them are
how it's gonna
iconic, I
work.
guess.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you? What's your first list? What do you think in your first list?
So, number, I don't know, do we start 5 or 1 or?
I don't know.
Is it top 5? Who knows?
Who cares?
Okay, number 1,
Mm-hmm.
the Storm Bow from Heretic 2.
Ooh.
I mentioned it lightly in other podcasts, but if you don't remember Heretic 1, it was like a Doom-style first-person shooter, but you had like daggers and magic wands. And,
Right.
well, basically, there was a sequel, and you got a Storm Bow. And the Storm Bow was so awesome because you shot an arrow, and it was a boring arrow.
Right.
But then it created a thundercloud, and it killed everyone that was near it.
Right.
And it was such a cheatful weapon, and I loved it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, no, that sounds overpowered.
Yes.
Okay, so for my first one, I went Double Deagles from Tomb Raider. Lara Croft classic. Just calls back to memories of the PlayStation 1 of just the same noises you fire it.
As you sway with her.
Exactly. She like rotates in the air. But yeah, no, definitely iconic, definitely something that when you see Tomb Raider you can't see anything like that's what you think of. You think of Tomb Raider and you think of the Double Deagles.
Now, a gun expert told me that the Deagle in one hand, if you fired it, it would dislocate your shoulder. And is that true? I want to believe him. I want to...
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's a pretty strong gun, right?
It's true. I mean, I think what he meant to say is, for people like you and me, if we fired a Deagle with one hand, it would dislocate our shoulder. But because Lara Croft is way cooler than us, way stronger than us, and more physically fit than us, she can handle 2.
Okay. Yeah.
She's a strong, independent woman who can handle 2 Deagles.
You know what? I don't disagree.
That's what I'm saying. So what's next for you?
Alright, so number 2 is from a game called Sniper Elite.
Yes!
And you have I'm going to mispronounce the junk out of this because I've only seen it in text.
Yeah.
The Mosin Nagant.
Mosin Nagant.
Mosin Nagant.
It's Russian.
Which is not my heritage at all. So it's a beautiful upgraded sniper rifle, and there's the beauty of that game is that each bullet just sends the enemy straight to the floor. You don't have to mess around with that game.
Right.
It does it in such a beautiful artistic way. I shouldn't be praising bullets
Death.
that take people down. But
Right.
there's artistry in this, and I just really like the execution.
Well, and they do a really cool, like, almost, what's it called, Mortal Kombat-esque kill sequence where, like, the bullet will enter and you can it'll go X-rayed, you can see the damage.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
the
it's like
sequel.
slow-mo. Yeah, the sequel. They do, like, the slow-mo kill shot, and it's great. It's great.
The original PS2 one, or Xbox one, had when the bullet went in, like, part of your brain would come out.
Yep,
and it looked like cauliflower.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
It's great. Yeah, no, and it's okay because they're Nazis, so we're fine. It's good.
Conscience clear.
Conscience clear. So my next one is coming from the classic game Counter-Strike.
Of course.
And I couldn't decide between the two of the items in the game, so I cheated and put them at the same spot. But the knife / the AWP, the AWP.
AWP.
So the knife, when you want to run faster, obviously you have the knife out. There's... And is there a more overpowered weapon than the AWP in the original Counter-Strike? Like, one-shot kill to any part of the body. And it's so overpowered that in Global Offensive, they've, like, nerfed it, and it's still overpowered.
Oh, yeah. It's so weird how, especially when your melee move in some games is a punch.
Yeah.
Like, you can shoot someone in the shoulder till you're black and blue.
Right.
But if you just, like, pseudo-palm them in the face,
right.
instant win.
Instant death.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my second entry there, the knife / the AWP from Counter-Strike.
Yeah. And, honorable mentions, because we love throwing those in.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, maybe the Mosin Nagant.
Yeah.
I would probably butchered it again. But I think what would be better is the M1 Garand.
Yeah, from the Call of Duty series.
Yes, from the Call of Duty, from the Medal of Honor.
Right.
That's an excellent gun. It just feels so common.
Meaty.
Yeah, it feels meaty.
Well, it's so integral to, like, not only World War II, but, like, to the games from that era. That, like, in the new, have you seen the new trailer for the new Call of Duty game?
Yeah.
At the end of the trailer, they play the shell ejecting casing noise from the M1 Grand.
Yeah.
And just, like, that's how iconic that gun is, and I definitely agree.
So yeah, remove my number 2. The M1 Garand is
good.
Is better than the Sniper Elite.
Yes, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so my number 3 is the wait, did you say your number 3?
No, I did my honorable mention.
Okay.
And my edit.
Yes, and your edit. Do your actual number 3.
All right, number 3 is from a game called Vermintide, and Vermintide is kind of a spin-off of the Left 4 Dead games.
Yes.
Zombies coming at you. Well, this is like a more medieval version where rats come at you.
Of course.
And there's a certain class that has a sledgehammer.
Oh, wow.
And sledgehammers are one hit, one kill.
Nice.
Which is so wonderful. It's a slow weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But I like, once you use the sledgehammer, I cannot imagine myself having to use more than one hit on rats anymore.
Right. Yes.
So I love overpowered weapons, even if they're slow.
That's great. I think my runner-up will be also in the same vein as the melee weapon, and I know that this isn't like the most iconic weapon in this series, but it's definitely the one that I have the most fond memories for, and it's the Begaron sword in Ocarina of Time, the big two-handed sword that you can get as adult Link. You know what I'm talking about? It's like this big two-handed sword, and it does crazy amounts of damage, but you can't use a shield while you have it. But what I like the most about it is the fact that you have to, like, go on a quest, and, like, you have to collect the material, and there's, like, a whole process in order to get the sword, and it just feels as great as of the moment of, as Kid Link walking into the temple and pulling the Master Sword out.
Yeah.
It feels like a culmination to that part of the series, but there's something to be said about earning and getting a legendary sword like the Begaron sword, and I just like it a little bit more than the Master Sword. I just feel like the Master Sword's like a little played out for me.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Legend of Zelda fan, but I just subscribed to Nintendo Lounge.
Okay.
On Facebook is this group.
Yeah.
And those guys talk about it as if that game gave birth to the Messiah. So they would probably get equally as excited.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree. Very cool. So my actual number 3 is the chainsaw assault rifle from Gears of War.
Oh yes.
I mean, I think it's so funny to me that it's like it's a game that's set in the future, but they're like, let's just go medieval.
Yes.
And just like put a chainsaw on the assault rifle, and there's the kill sequences with those are just satisfying.
Yes.
The chainsaw duels are great, like when you like lock up and you have to like do a button mash, and like when you're playing like online, it's just so satisfying just cleaving someone with a chainsaw assault rifle.
Yeah, and there's a video on.
Hey,
What's up?
okay, my friend Shay hangs out with us.
Yeah, that's good. We're just recording a podcast right now, so you're all good. Yeah. Okay, what's up?
Should we not interrupt? Or?
You're good. You can just hang out, I guess. I don't know.
Life is happening.
Life is happening right now. You're good.
All right. There's a video on how inconvenient it is to have a chainsaw attached to your gun. They said it's like the most ineffective way to kill someone.
Is it?
Yes.
I bet. I can imagine. That does seem very inefficient. I don't know. Do you want to go to Andre's room? We can go mobile with the podcast right now. It won't.
Is our audience allowed to
I think
hear this underworking?
I think it's good, but I think more and more people are gonna show up, Mike.
Okay.
We're gonna have a cool house party.
Oh, okay. So to kind of fill you in, we are moving our.
We're gonna go upstairs to Andre's room. You're good. Yeah, no, you're fine.
We're giving away the fact that we don't have a professional office.
We don't.
Yeah.
It's all good, anyways. Keep talking, Mike.
Okay, so we're
want your
walking
stuff?
right now.
We're walking.
There's stuff happening. We're moving into a hallway. I'm grabbing my coat.
It's true. Now we're in another hallway.
I've never actually been to this part of this house.
Yes, you have.
Oh, maybe when I had to fix the house.
No.
Watch other people fix. Oh.
No. This is where our podcast got its start, Mike.
Oh, never mind.
This is remember in that room down at the end of the hallway.
Oh, yes.
And then we recorded in this room, remember, with Jenny? Or was it in this room? We might have... No, we definitely recorded in some of these rooms for Jenny. Oh, my
gosh.
Yeah. Remember?
Yeah, we've been in every room. We've been around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just ask 21 Pilots.
Yes. So, here we are. We're in Andre's room. And
he doesn't even know.
He has many things in his room. He has a vanity mirror. He's got crutches.
He does. He has one of those life-size poster things of Taylor Swift.
Oh yes, of course. And a large Darth Vader doll.
Oh, that's weird. He's into bad boys, I guess.
Yes.
Just like KK. So do you want to set it down on the desk?
Okay, yep. So here we are setting up
in Andre's room.
Most professionals would cut and
not us.
re-edit, but that's not us.
We're not professionals.
We're ridiculously professional.
Exactly. And you know what? Like, this is real. Like we always talk about. We do campus ministry, and part of that sometimes is that people will walk in while you're recording a podcast. But you can sit on Andre's bed, I guess.
Oh, I don't think I'm just looking at his very old books.
How old are they? So what were you? Oh yeah, so you're talking about how having a chainsaw on an assault rifle wouldn't work.
As I was saying, Full House.
Yes, exactly.
Horrible sitcom. No, I'm just kidding.
Why is there so much Full House in it?
I don't know. I grew up in a half house.
Right.
But yeah, so it's an ineffective gun. It would probably jam all the time. It would take forever to kill people.
Right.
And yet we have to have it.
Right. And my question is, where are they getting fuel for the chainsaw? There's going to be some gas. But that means if it's gas run and you're firing bullets right near where the chainsaw is, I feel like the danger for fire is astronomical.
Yeah. If that game was more popular, I think fans would make up all these theories.
Oh, there's got to be. We haven't looked at the internet hard enough.
Yeah. Just like the theory of why didn't Gandalf use those birds just to get out of trouble?
Right.
Yeah, earlier, yeah. So, but anyways, my number 4 is a game called Resistance.
Yes.
And Resistance has this awesome gun. They also do the Ratchet and Clank series called the Auger.
Ooh.
And the Auger has an X-ray scope where you can see guys through walls and you can shoot them through walls. And it's such a cool gun.
Yes.
It has this iconic little like zippy noise. Shoo, shoo, shoo.
That's awesome.
Yes. And it's like, it's so powerful and so much fun. And I don't know, everyone should try the Auger.
Yes. The Auger. From what's the game called?
Resistance.
Okay.
PS3 owners.
PS3 only exclusive.
Yeah.
Did they make a TV show on Sci-Fi? Or am I thinking of something else?
That might be. I know what you're talking about, like Fire in the Sky or something.
Something, yeah. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Okay, so my number 4 is the Golden Gun from GoldenEye. It's just nothing makes your friends more frustrated than getting a kill streak and then getting the golden gun, and then you're just mowing people down and you just win in a landslide. There's nothing that ruins friendships more.
Right. This was before balancing.
Right.
This was before, like, if you were bad at games, you got punished more.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
And that's part of the charm, honestly. It's for those of you that don't know what the golden gun is, because you're like 12. It's the golden gun is like a gun that you can get in GoldenEye on the N64, and it's a one-shot kill regardless of where you hit them. And it's pretty much a game ender.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Mike, do you feel like your brother would? Did you guys play that?
We weren't an N64 family. We were a PlayStation 1. So you replaced GoldenEye with Tekken 3.
Yes.
And the golden gun of Tekken 3 was Eddie Gordo.
Not a gun, but equally dangerous.
Yes. You swear the game only had Eddie Gordo.
True that. Okay, so what do you got? What do you got?
So number 1, and I recently reunited with this game.
Yes.
Ever since I've played it, I rented it, I sold it once, my mistake. But it's a game called Resident Evil 4.
Yes.
It's a niche in horror survival games because it was just so much fun to play, and it was so creepy. But it's the shotgun.
Okay, yeah.
From Resident Evil 4.
100%. Before
you get the shotgun, you just have this dinky pistol, and you'd shoot the bad guys, and they'd be like, they'd be angry at you until they died.
Right.
And then you get the shotgun, and each pump of the shotgun would send people just flying to the floor.
Right.
And it felt so beautiful.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful game changer. It's how you would feel if you grabbed a vacuum and the floor was filled with dust.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like it's such a beautiful and glorious weapon.
Yes.
It just cleared things.
That's wonderful. Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
No, that's
especially when heads turned into melons and exploded.
Explosions everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4. So that game, did you play it on the GameCube or did you play? Was it on PlayStation?
I originally tried it on PlayStation 2.
Okay.
I have a Wii, so I've got the Wii version.
Okay. Yeah. No. My experience of the game was on the GameCube, so it was definitely a. I feel like that game kind of set the tone going forward from that point on for third-person survival horror.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games that Metacritics or whatever will give 9.9 10 out of 10. It's one of those games. So if you haven't picked it up, definitely try it.
And even with Ashley as
Ashley. Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 1, and I couldn't, again, I feel like I cheated because I picked 2, but technically they're in the same universe and they're created by the same people. but the gravity gun / the portal gun from Half-Life and Portal. So technically, like, fan theory says that the Portal game takes place in the same universe as Half-Life 1 and 2, and Aperture Science is connected with like Black Mesa facility. There's a bunch of theory, you can read it online, but I feel justified in being able to choose both of them because they're both great. So those of you that don't know, Gordon gets this gun called the gravity gun in there's gravity gun, physics gun, whatever.
Yeah, the 0 point gun.
0 point gun. Whatever you want to call it. And essentially what it allows you to do is solve physics puzzles.
Yeah.
But 2, it allows you to pick up saw blades and shoot them at people. And that's what's really important here.
Yes, that is a lot of fun.
And it's one of those things where you don't realize how fun something is until you actually try it. Like, you could think that, like, oh, a gun that can just lift things, whatever, like, that's not that cool. But then when you take into the fact that you can fire things at great speed, like, that makes it pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the fact that not many games have copied that.
Right.
I'm surprised.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think maybe games like Just Cause have kind of something similar with the grappling hook.
Yeah.
But it's just, there's nothing in the same ballpark.
Right. I remember playing a game called Singularity.
Okay.
Where you could pick up things.
Yeah.
And you could lightly throw them.
Right.
But that's it.
That's it, yeah. Oh, I mean, technically in the BioShock series, you have a Return to Sender ability where you can, like, catch bullets and then fire them back. You also have, there's, like, obviously games that have telekinesis where you can, like, pick things up and throw things. But there's nothing like that physics breaking kind of gun. And then obviously the portal gun, classic, wonderful. And I think, unlike all the other things that we've talked about, it's not necessarily a weapon for death and destruction, but more so about how to creatively solve puzzles. And I think, taken into the real world, I think could be used as a fantastic weapon, like IRL.
Yeah. So that is our 5 weapons. I think that would make an awesome game if they were all in one.
All in one? Like, it's just a giant battle royale, choose your own weapon?
Yes.
And I mean, shout out to some honorable mentions. The BFG from...
Big Fancy Gun.
Big Fancy Gun. The Redeemer from, what is it, Unreal Tournament.
Yeah. I just heard about this, but Doom also has a gun called the Unmaker.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it finds everyone in the room and shoots 100 spikes into each person.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm trying to think. The Covenant beam sword is classic.
Yeah. Classic. Oh, the Needler.
The Needler also. So many great weapons. So many good weapons.
You can't do dual Needler anymore.
Which, very overpowered.
Yeah.
Very, very overpowered. So, So, I mean, that's all we got for top 5 today. I feel like that was a good discussion on some video game weapons.
So, speaking of life imitating art and vice versa, I left our snack in the car. So you might have to
go solo.
Just for a minute or so while I get it.
Mike, give me something to rant about. What do you think I should talk about?
First, I need to know the time.
We're about 43 minutes in.
Okay,
we're getting close.
Okay, so we can bring up we have so many things. We have this wheel.
We do. Funny enough, there's an actual wheel downstairs we could actually get that we have for games. But dude, I don't know. I wish we had the ability to live tweet and be like, "Hey, give me something to rant about."
Oh, look. No. Chicken was horrible today.
Chicken was horrible.
Okay, I have something to rant about.
Yeah. So
I was doing my usual Facebook, looking up different groups.
Yes.
And I found this mom's Christian Moms Against Video Games group.
Perfect.
And I'm still trying to find out, like, if it's sarcasm.
Yes. Or
if it's real.
Okay.
It feels real because it has, like, real moms' faces looking gruff.
Right.
And depressed.
Uh-huh.
But then it has, like, quotes from Jesus. Like, Jesus says, you should never play video games. And it's just like, I don't know.
I want it to be sarcasm.
Yeah, I want it to be sarcasm.
But it's probably not.
But, like, it'll have, like, all these moms who are subscribed to it.
Sure.
And they'll say, and they're very accurate about games. Like, so they'd actually have to do, like, some research.
Right.
And they're like, did you know in Breath of the Wild, you walked around naked? What vulgar indecency.
Right.
And he's wearing, like, cut-off jeans. So I really think these women are either totally, like...
kidding? Or
off the rocker.
Yeah, they're either being incredibly ironic or incredibly out of touch.
Yes. So.
But I mean, I feel like that's a real conversation that we can have. It's just like, what do you say about people, especially in the Christian community, that respond to your love of games? Because I mean, I like you know, like growing up, going to church, like being living in a Christian house, but like also having a love for video games. So how did you maybe justify it to your overzealous youth group teacher?
Yeah. Well, I find there's 3 camps.
Yeah.
There's the it's all good, it's just fun and games, it's like Parcheesi.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then there's the second camp, which is you can play it sometimes, just don't play the violent ones.
Right.
Don't play the ones that break any commandments, and don't love it too much.
Right.
And then there's the third one, which is, they're all evil, they're all bad.
Right.
If Jesus would have had video games in his life, if he'd liked them.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my counter argument would be then, like, well, if Jesus existed now, like, obviously, like, he would use the internet. He would use video. Because Jesus would use every space available to him in order to engage with the culture around him. And I think it's kind of a cop-out answer to be like, I played video games so I can be a missionary. Like, that's not true, because that's not why I'm playing the video games. Mm-hmm. But I think saying that, like, video games are inherently evil, it would be like saying that maybe books are inherently evil, or, like, TV shows are inherently evil. And I think that what they allow us to do, I think video games and books and movies, what they do, when it's done really well, I think it allows us to engage in our culture in ways that we can't otherwise. Especially, so you think about things like To Kill a Mockingbird, or you think about movies like 12 Angry Men, or movies like 12 Years a Slave, or, you can even talk about video games, and I know that some people be like, oh, video games, like, that's not the same thing as, like, a seminal classic, like, To Kill a Mockingbird, but recently, like, games like Mafia 3, and I don't know, it's gonna sound super weird, but Mafia 3 is about an African American soldier who comes back from Vietnam, and he comes back to Louisiana, and he realizes that, like, his that he doesn't have the same rights, he's not respected, and it's him fighting back against the system that is against him, and, like, I feel like that's a very seminal piece of work.
Right. And another game I played from the makers of the Stanley Parable, it's called The Beginner's Guide. Mm-hmm. It's about this guy who does a fake documentary of his friend who makes video games. Yeah. And as you play these video games, you actually realize the friend has depression and anxiety issues, and and the friend tries to save him by changing his games as you play it. It's like a moving story. Like you win, but it also, like, it touches your life and has a story to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and there's another indie title that's kind of similar to that, but it's the game is about, you play as the father and your wife, and the game centers on his family. So, like, it's him and his wife and his kid, but his kid has cancer, and it's about
that cancer dragon, or that dragon cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like, and I'm not saying that all video games are like that. Like, obviously, like, Grand Theft Auto is not in the same ballpark as that. But video games have such a capacity for that. And to say that, the blanket statement that all video games are bad, like, what about these things? Or
Yeah.
and even even also recently stuff like Minecraft. Like Minecraft has have opened the gates for generations of kids to be able to experiment and start learning, mechanical engineering, of learning puzzle solving skills. Like people have taken Minecraft and now have taken it into schools, and it's effective in teaching people how to use spatial recognition, or how to interact with their environment and puzzle solve. And the use of video games, I think, can't be stressed enough.
And I know at least 2 people who played Guitar Hero or Rock Band.
Yeah.
And later picked up instruments because they loved the game.
Sure.
And now they're like eons better at their instruments. They
Right,
can play
right.
guitar, they can play drums, and they're playing on worship bands.
That's awesome. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
exactly.
so.
Yeah, and and obviously, like, we're not saying that like every video game is like that, but I think the realm of possibility and usefulness of video games kind of definitely can outstrip movies or TV shows or even books, because it's a way for you to physically be engaged and physically problem solve.
Right, absolutely. And I'm a little afraid that someone's going to listen to this.
Right.
They're going to be like, yeah, video games are good. And then they go out and buy Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
Or you mentioned Mafia 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, there's some definite red flags in that game.
Oh, for sure.
Like you can collect Playboy magazines.
Yeah.
I mean, I played the demo, and I was like, I haven't played a open world sandbox shooter in a while. And
Right.
I'm like, and you can actually, I learned that you can actually open up and read the articles, if you can call it that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that game got quickly deleted and uninstalled.
Yes.
But there's a line you have to.
For sure.
You definitely have to get into.
Yeah, and you have to to be mindful, as with any other media, other sort of thing. But yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I don't think we're condoning people going out to buy Grand Theft Auto. But I definitely think that there's something to be said for video games and how important I think they are. And I think even with especially with the advent of like online gaming, I feel like people that normally wouldn't be able to develop any kind of social interaction skills have found a community, and don't necessarily feel as alone as they would otherwise.
Right.
And yeah, I think with the global community that we have now, the advent of internet gaming, I feel it's really opened up the world and opened up the ability for conversations to happen. Yeah,
absolutely. Minus the part where it's easy to get intoxicated into these things.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, because when I go to the Nintendo Game Lounge community, people stake their lives on buying the Switch.
Yeah.
And people like triple deluxe pre-order Mario Kart 8, even though they own it on the Wii U.
Right, yeah.
And it's just like, can you still enjoy it? Can you enjoy it as a gift, but not be obsessed?
Right, not make it an idol, for sure. And, I agree.
Yeah.
I think we're on the same page on the idea of it's a blessing, but it's a curse. But I think it's used responsibly. It can be you can share a message with the world, and you can you can definitely talk and share about really hard things.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was good. It's good. It's good chat, Mike. Good chat, Mike. Good chat. Wait, so we're getting towards the end. Did you want to try and go?
Oh yeah.
And get the food?
I'm gonna get the food.
Yes.
We've talked about this food in the past.
Ooh.
They're called barrel rolls.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna try it.
I'm so excited. So I mean, do you want to give me? Do you want to spring something on me, and I'll improv something until you come back?
Your favorite 5-Iron Frenzy memory.
5-Iron Frenzy memory ever. Okay, so those of you that don't know who 5-Iron Frenzy is, they're this great ska band that came out in like the 90s, early 2000s, and what's even more impressive about 5-Iron Frenzy is the fact that they're also a Christian band. But what's really weird about 5-Iron Frenzy and ska music is I also don't really like reggae music, but I do like ska music. But I feel like what won me over to 5-Iron Frenzy is kind of their irreverency and like the fact that they're kind of goofy and zany and off the wall. Like they have songs like Where's Micah, he's like a band member, but he had a habit of wandering off before concerts, and they were desperately looking for him because they're about to go on, and the lead singer ended up just writing a song called Where's Micah, about their emotional state as they search for Micah before concert. Other music includes off their recent album, Glitter Battle Dancing Unicorns, which is great. There's another song about Canada called, I think it's called Oh Canada, actually. But yeah, no, they're a band that don't take themselves seriously. They're a band that definitely know what it means to have fun on stage. And for those of you that don't know what ska is, think essentially reggae music, but with more guitar and not the kind of like rhythmic kind of speaking. But my favorite Five Iron Frenzy memory is a couple years ago we found out that they were playing in Syracuse, which is like maybe 45 minutes away from here, and but the night before, and me, my brother Caleb, and our other friend Walter, we all bought tickets for $15, which was great. And we went to this little tiny venue, and they were super close, and it was magical. We got to see them. And my favorite memory from the show is as the band was exiting, they played over the loudspeaker system Bohemian Rhapsody, and the drummer got up on the barricade, still singing the song, jumped into the crowd. Everyone kind of surrounded him, and then we all sang Bohemian Rhapsody together. And that is my favorite Five Iron Frenzy memory.
That's beautiful.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
So, if you remember from previous episodes, I said I would make a barrel roll. And basically it's a fruit roll up with nerds
inside
rolled
of it.
into it.
Oh my gosh, I can smell the sugar already on the fruit roll-ups.
Now you're going to want to try this at home.
You are.
Unless you're under 18. you can't handle the sugar if you're 17.
My mom didn't let me have fruit roll-ups growing up because of the red dye.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Also, as on the fruit roll-ups, they have emojis on them. I've never seen a more millennial...
Yeah, these are tongue tattoos.
Yes.
That's something to get kids into, tattoos.
Right on the tongue. I'm sorry, Andre. You might get some ants.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, my dentist would not be happy.
Alright, so we're putting purple nerds onto our fruit roll-up, our barrel roll, if you will.
It's the world's... I feel like this is what a 4-year-old thinks sushi should be.
Yes. Yes, these fish eggs.
Right.
In this maki roll.
In this maki roll. Okay. Oh man. Okay. I think I'm gonna burrito roll it. Like.
Yeah. You have to be careful.
Yes. I'm using all my Taco Bell experience here.
Mine is like a finely made cigar.
I think that's what mine is gonna end up looking like.
Yes.
Actually, mine looks more like a dumpling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's the dumpling style of barrel roll. There's the cigar style.
The cigar style. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Mm-hmm. This is terrible. It's like bulbous and tuberous.
Yes.
Oh man. Hey, you ready?
Nothing should feel like this, right?
No. It's like sticky and like
sticky rubber that you can eat.
Right. This is so bad. Okay, on 3, go. So much sugar.
It tastes like how I think diabetes would taste.
I can't even talk. There's so much sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to know how many calories we just consumed, but I feel like this is the physical personification of what ADHD is.
Mm-hmm. Well, strangely enough, the fruit roll-up is only 50 calories.
Okay, how many?
With 7 sugars. So that's not bad at all.
No, it's not.
When did fruit roll-ups get a conscience?
Right?
Now, if we throw in nerds, it doesn't say it on the box.
But it can be good.
It can't be good.
Well, maybe like 30 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to talk, but it tastes exactly what you would think it would taste like.
You know, did we just make something healthy?
I think inadvertently we did.
We did.
Think about it. There's no gluten.
No gluten. No.
Is there a fruit serving in this? Nope.
Nope.
Not even. There's a pear puree.
Oh gosh. You know, I taste the pear.
And now that you mention it, it's low sodium.
10% vitamin C.
Right? I think I'm most surprised. There's only 7 grams of sugar.
I know. I mean, it's a sugar piece of paper.
Right. But it's only 7 grams.
It's rollable sugar.
Wait, I'm impressed. Shout out Fruit Roll-Ups. But it tastes like... It honestly, like, there's no way to describe it. It just literally just tastes like a fruit roll-up with nerds.
Right. But, like, it's almost soothing.
Right.
It's almost like a anti-anxiety med.
Right. I think we've just discovered the replacement for caffeine.
Yes. Barrel rolls.
Barrel rolls. Who came up with it? Was that you, Mike, that came up with barrel rolls?
I'm going to take the credit.
Yes, you are. We invent so many things on this show.
I know.
Ariana Grande. The drug, not the singer. Barrel rolls.
Barrel rolls.
The snack.
The snack.
Not the evasive device. Or the thing that you escape on if you're a hobbit.
Oh, yeah. We're innovators. We are the top of the line.
Right.
Future of America.
That's what I'm saying. Nabisco, call us up. I feel like this is something that Willy Wonka would like be proud to have, and we're candy connoisseurs and candy innovators.
Yeah, I say that. I mean, a little disappointed that we can't complain.
Right.
Because our humor's in the complaining.
Right. Although I will say it has a very strange mouthfeel. It's like super chewy, and then it's like crunching hard all of a sudden.
Right.
So it's like eating a really sugary caterpillar.
Yes.
Like that's what I imagined it being.
Or if someone took rice paper or like a dumpling and put like sour gummy worms in it.
Right.
That's what it would feel like.
Honestly, it tastes like the end result of a hard day's training at lunch in school. Like that was like a PB&J traded.
Yes.
Oh man, did you guys do that in high school and elementary school? Like, was there a bartering system for lunch?
You know, if there was, it had to be. It was never the sandwich because you never knew what you're going to get with the sandwich. Right. Now, the pudding, on the other hand, you knew what you're getting. Right. Mom would send a little love gift. Right. You could get a high value for the love gift.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You could definitely get maybe a bag of carrot sticks and like a cookie, and you're like definitely worth it for the pudding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, did you have a philosophy in your trading? I always try to get. Like, I didn't necessarily go for flavor or value because I feel like and I've proven it, I feel like, on the taste tests, that I have a wide range of things that I like. Yeah. So I wouldn't really care, like carrot sticks are fine for me, celery sticks, whatever. Like, I'm not worried about, like, the healthy stuff or whatever, and, like, trading it for, like, a cookie. Like, I would always go for quantity over necessarily maybe flavor quality. Like, I wouldn't mind trading, like, a cookie for, like, like a carrot stick and, I don't know, maybe a granola bar. Because I feel like I was getting a better value in quantity.
Oh, yes. You did the price per object calculations.
Right.
I don't remember people giving to me. I always remember them taking.
Oh, no, Mike, I'm sorry.
And I think it was more because, like, I need you to be my friend. I need this to be our peace offering.
So take my pudding.
Yes, take my pudding.
And let me sit with you.
Put me back in the cool club.
Right. Mike, if we were in elementary/high school together, you could be my friend.
Yeah. There's a message, like a story that says Jesus would give you his pudding.
Yes. Jesus was the pudding for our transgressions.
Yes. I am the pudding.
I am the way, the truth, and the pudding.
Yes. Oh, gosh. I don't even know where to go from there.
None can come to the Father except through my pudding.
Through the pudding, yes.
Oh, man.
And our prophet, Bill Cosby.
Oh, a lot of issues
I wish I could have said that 4 years ago. That would have been funnier 4 years ago.
A lot of issues with that.
Now it just sounds like a rape joke.
Yeah, no. We can't
Ooh.
Bill Cosby, man. We're praying for you.
We're praying for you.
And the families that have been affected by you. Why do you... And this is a really sad tangent to go off of, but, like, why do you feel like a lot of, like, childhood stars and, like, stuff like that, like, really go down, like, terrible, terrible paths like that?
You know, I have to say, they were on a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
They went, in the 90s, they had their heyday.
Right.
They were signing autographs. You could recognize them at lunch tables and restaurants. If they went to the mall to sign autographs, that's where you would go. And then they were forgotten.
Yeah.
But that craving for attention never left.
Yeah.
And so it had to express itself in other ways. And it might have been like with Simon Diamond, or no, his name's not Dustin Diamond.
Dustin Diamond.
Simon Diamond's a wrestler.
Diamond Dallas Page?
Yes, Dustin Diamond, like, he does weird things.
That
like,
was Screech?
Yeah, he did, where he'd,
Saved
like,
by the Bell.
He'd go to porn.
Yeah.
Or, you know, something else, like the kids from Hanson are working for ISIS, or...
Wait, what?
It's just a made-up one.
Okay. Brothers from Hanson, we apologize for the false news that has just been propagated.
I mean, if it does happen, we're praying for you.
Right. Regardless, we love you. Regardless, but we don't want to. We don't want to put forth any more fake news.
Yes. So, you know, basically, you know, when you get all that attention and love, and it kind of warps you.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, and I'm going to butcher this paraphrasing, but C.S. Lewis wrote that, like, when our desires and longings can no longer be satisfied for this world, it can only mean that we were made for another. And I think a lot of times, especially when we grow up in a system or grow up in an environment where we've been idolized and we're put on a pedestal, and we feel like we have to continue to like search for that experience, because when you do feel idolized and that all that positive emotion going towards you, and suddenly that stops, you have to look for that. You have to fulfill that addiction somehow. More often than not, I feel like they turn to drugs, and then the drugs kind of like take them down a really dark path. And and hopefully, you know, God uses that to bring them to a place where they can only look up.
Absolutely.
So, man, that was a sad way to end our podcast.
And it all came from pudding.
Right, from the barrel rolls.
Yes.
How much time do we have left?
What's our final score?
We're at an hour and 7 minutes.
An hour and 7 minutes?
Right. Which is usually like 20 minutes less than we do, but that's good. That's good.
Less is more.
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe into the future we need to shoot for less than 90 minutes.
Yes. Yes. You know, I think that might have been part of the cuss out we got from that guy.
Maybe. Or we were just so right about Slippy. It just blew his mind.
It convicted him.
Right, exactly.
But I will say that 2 people that our subscriptions went from 13 to 15.
Hey.
I know that sounds like peanuts, but the 2 people that subscribed said awesome vid.
Hey. Internet, man.
Internet. So we are getting traction. If you think we deserve this traction, subscribe to us.
Yes.
There's also one other thing I want to bring up, and that is, you know, we've been talking about giveaways, and I think there's a awesome way to share some love with
Yes.
our new subscribers, and that is if we gave away an indie Steam game
Okay.
as kind of a prize or a giveaway. I don't know if you guys who are listening love indie Steam games. I know I could stand to use 78 of them, which is what my library has. But if we want to have a competition or a contest, you could win one of those, and they're easy to give as gifts too.
Yeah. So So we'll think of a contest. We'll brainstorm a contest, bring it up with you guys, and then we'll see. It'd probably be something like, you know what I'm really feeling? Like whoever comes up with like the best food invention, like because I feel like the best barrel roll, Ariana Grande. The person that comes up with the best one, I feel
we should give it a
win.
name, and then they have to think backwards of what the food is.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the Gwen Stefani.
Yeah. I feel like we'll just get a lot of banana related.
Yeah.
Do you want to come up with it right now? Or, I feel like, I don't know. I kind of want to give it a lot of, I want to be intentional with it.
We'll give it some thought.
Yeah.
Don't make the Gwen Stefani.
Yeah,
we don't want any more banana smoothies.
Right, no, we do not. Banana. We don't want banana pops. We don't want bananas Foster.
No.
But yeah. So, yeah, I mean, as long as it's a non-drug, non-alcoholic, non-lethal,
not K2 spice,
right, exactly,
synthetic marijuana,
right, exactly,
we know all the cool things,
right, exactly, no cinnamon challenges,
yes,
no chugging water, but yeah, no, and then we'll definitely, I think that's a good idea, Mike. I like that.
Yeah.
So so we're at an hour 11 minutes. So let's start a precedent where we don't go 90 minutes.
It's a new year.
It's a new vision. Yes. I feel like the 2 week sabbatical was good for us. I feel like we came back firing on all cylinders. But yeah, we didn't even say like who our voices are. This is Adam.
Oh my gosh.
We missed so much at the start.
There's a whole show here.
Right.
I'm Mike.
I'm Adam.
This is Dreams and Feelings.
We don't know what episode number this is.
Probably 36.
Something.
Yeah. If you play this podcast backwards.
Yeah, it is 36. It is 36.
You'll get the the whole show in the right order.
Exactly. Bye guys.
Oh yeah. Bye.
Love you.
Tell Mom I said hi.
Kiss, kiss.
Bang, bang.
What? I didn't turn it off yet, Mike. Still not off. Now it is.